Don't do it.
I don't even think I watched most of the I really gave the trailers the attention they deserve.
So you don't even know what you want.
I don't even know what I want.
You don't know what you're excited for?
I feel like nobody knows what they want this year.
I know one thing, that's for sure.
Yeah?
Control.
All right.
What?
Control.
There's a game called
game.
Control.
Oh, the game. I thought you meant like
Well, your favorite buddies there.
Remedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a interview or something with them, and I didn't pay attention to that game at all. I saw like one.
you were watching
I saw like a couple
Coliseum,
frames,
right?
and I was like, this looks boring. And I just
Apparently, it's a really fun game.
it's
Apparently,
just,
it's really, really good.
I just like the atmosphere and the story of it.
I don't know why. I thought it was boring.
It's like the X-Files facility, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Oldest House, it's called. Which is a pretty cool name, I thought. I'm Ryan Johnson. That's Adrian Petty.
Hi.
That's Matt Lawrence.
Yeah, I am.
Want to address a comment on our YouTube channel?
What?
Apparently the guy was shocked that we didn't know about xCloud.
I did. I'm the one that said I'm pretty sure like that's what it's called. I knew something was happening. I just couldn't remember the name of the project.
Plus, they hadn't really given it much.
The hell, guys! You didn't know what XCloud was.
Yeah, all right. Then that concludes episode 253.
Well, plus Microsoft wasn't really doing that much marketing on it.
Well, because it was just a project.
And then E3 is when they finally officially said that they're working on some sort of stream capabilities, and still didn't go into much detail. So we still don't know about it.
Because I have a funny feeling that a lot of the capability of it has to be on the new Xbox, and that they want that to be one big package of release material.
All right. E3 2019 happened.
Yay!
A very fractured and disjointed and I think lackluster E3.
The thing is that only Sony was missing, and Square Enix showed up.
I would like to make a statement now. I think if Sony was there, it would not have been any less lackluster. It still would have been completely dull.
For
I
me,
agree with
for
that.
me, it would have been fine because I get most excited for the PlayStation games. So even if they showed me the same games they showed last year, I'd still be fine. But it just felt weird this year. It was kind of more spaced out with EA being on Saturday, and then who was on Sunday? Bethesda and Microsoft. And then we had to wait a long time until Ubisoft's conference on
Well, we missed the
Monday.
AMD one because I didn't know there even was one.
That's right. We watched the
But I'm fine with that. I'm not really a fan of hardware-only conferences myself.
I caught up on that one. That one was actually a good one. I like watching that one, yeah.
The thing is about this E3 was I find it really weird that these game developers, a lot of them are pushing games back from holiday 2019 to spring 2020. And you were saying it's probably due to the fact that Project Scarlet, which is the new Xbox, is coming out holiday 2020. But to me, that doesn't make any sense. If you want to release a game that is going to bridge the two, in other words, you release it on this gen and then also release it on next gen, you would figure that you would launch it in the space where the parents and stuff are going to buy it. So holiday 2019, you'd get a decent amount of sales. Anyone who plays it or just buys it themselves, right? Anyone who plays it is going to get their fill of it and stop playing. But those that don't, they're not going to feel burned because they've already had it for a year and then they'll buy it again.
I still think they're going to sell it to you twice.
I don't think it's going to be as successful. I can't see it being that successful. Because you got to remember, that requires people to buy it launch day as well.
Yeah.
So what if they just wait a couple months, buy it in the summer? Now you're talking about a couple of months. Because we're talking holiday season 2020. It could be October. It could be November, something like that.
Next-gen versions might not come right away either, though.
No, they might not. But then what is coming out? Is this going to be a really lackluster launch for the next gen then? I have a theory that Sony is actually releasing the PS5 in the spring of 2020.
That'd be fascinating. That'd be amazing, actually.
I have a feeling that this is possibly why these guys are saying, spring 2020.
That'd be quite shocking, though.
I have a feeling that they want to beat Xbox even by that little bit. Because somebody in one of the conferences, one of the hosts of the interviews you see after the big conferences, I forget where it was, IGN or something, but they said that Sony hasn't released details, like full details yet, but they said that the console will not be out before spring 2020. That's a weird thing to say when you could just easily say holiday season 2020. So I kind of feel like they might be coming out spring or summer 2020. And that's why we have this weird lull of games. What do you buy in 2019?
I mean, they could also be delaying these games to add new features that take advantage of next gen. You know what I mean?
But that would be for the people who really like the game, like they've already played it on PS4, and then they're like, man, goddamn, I want to buy that new version.
I'm not talking about selling it again. I'm just saying that they might want to make their games a little bit bigger or take more advantage or have more time with the dev kits to make sure their games run on
But these spring 2019 games are not next gen.
No, not yet.
That's what I mean, though. So why would you need more time with a dev kit?
Because they're still working on them. You delay a game because you're still working on it.
No, yes, but I'm saying that isn't it really weird that like a lot of games are being moved to this time? Like this seems like it's more than just the classic. We need to push it back. This seems like why are you abandoning your best-selling season, which is the holiday season? Why would you abandon that season?
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
Anyway, other than E3, what's new? Adriano, you got back from your trip to Europe?
Yep.
How's that?
Exhausting for the first half of it because it was a lot of go. We booked flights at a really weird time, so it was a lot of early mornings.
Is that enjoyable though?
It was enjoyable.
Like when you're go.
Yeah. Because you force yourself that you want to go see your sites, your attractions. You want to do as much as possible in the city, so you just force yourself to get up.
But that's what bothers me about vacations though is like you typically think of them as a time to relax and do something new. But then you go to places and you feel rushed and
it depends on what you're doing. So I find that if you go down south to a sandy destination, that is more of a relax. You're just kind of lounging around for a week.
Mm-hmm.
When you're picking specific cities, you are there to see specific things and to maximize your time. Like I only had 2 days in Czech Republic. I only had 2 days in Prague. So it's like the second I landed, I wanted to do as much as possible. That was also me venturing outside of Prague to a buttfuck town called Kutnahara. That's where I was messaged. That's where I was messaged from.
That was the most ridiculous.
the train, the official train directions painted on the wall.
Because they say they never changed. It's just
always the same. But the first half of it was exhausting. It wasn't until I got to Spain, which I said, okay, now I'm going to relax. I specifically said for these last 4 days, I want late starts and early nights because I want to be energized when I go back to Canada. It was also I had the least amount of things I wanted to do in Spain, so it was I can fit those into the afternoons.
Right.
I'll still like enjoying my patio cappuccino and eating my paella and my tapas.
And getting attacked by hookers as well.
It's fucking. She called me a foolish boy for not accepting her proposition.
I like that she knew you spoke English.
It's a tourist. It was a tourist area, or just the shadier side of the tourist area. out of the 15 plus cities that I've been to, I've felt safe and confident enough to traverse it on my own. No problem, except for Barcelona. There's the first one. It's just like I don't even during the day. There's just something there's uneasiness about Barcelona.
Or were you like warned or something about like a tour guide or something?
Pickpocketing is a major issue there.
Oh,
like
good.
You ask a lot of people when you, especially Europeans, when you say I'm going to Barcelona. It's like, be careful with pickpocketers.
So did you check yourself after you got grabbed? Because that's like a technique, right?
Yeah, I did that. But like for me, is I don't keep anything in my front, in my back pockets anyways. Everything's in my front. So I know pretty quickly when I don't have something in my two front pockets. Other than that, food was delicious. Prague and Edinburgh was great. So go to Europe, guys. You guys want to plan a Europe trip? I'll go to Europe.
I want to go to Japan myself.
Oh, I'll go. I'll absolutely go to. Where do you want to go to Japan?
I don't know.
Next year? You want to do a Japan trip next year?
I don't know. I don't even know where to go.
I don't know where to go either. Let's just land and let's just.
We're gonna if we do that, we're gonna land in like that like one zone that's like where they're trying to fix that nuclear power plant or something. And it's gonna be like an adventure where we're like messaging Ryan, trying to get him to like Google Maps us out of there while we're getting irradiated or some fucking crazy thing.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. So I've been told that in Tokyo, it's one of the few places where like they have, because this happened in Edinburgh too. Edinburgh and Tokyo apparently one of the few places where you have like umbrella checks. Like it's just common for you to check your umbrella because it's just the rain is constantly.
What the fuck?
Yeah. At one point, I'm like. Because it rained the entire time I was in Scotland.
Yeah.
At one point, I literally grabbed my little compact umbrella and I pretty much lightsabered it on my belt, and I just had it hanging off my belt. And like, when I need this, I'll have to whip it out because it's the rain. There's too much.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'll be in New Zealand while you guys are in Japan.
I'll go to New Zealand.
Yeah.
You guys want to go to New Zealand?
I don't even know what's there.
Just the views.
I'm not very cultured in the world. I just kind of hang around Canada.
Go see Hobbiton.
Who?
Hobbiton. They built an actual Hobbiton.
What does that mean?
The Hobbit village.
The Hibbits?
Yeah, the Hibbits. Yeah.
That's what my parents call hobbits, just for reference.
It's so fantastic.
And they literally think it's Hibbits. They'll be like, yeah, it's the Hibbits. No, it's not.
It's like Zoidberg calling robots robots.
Yeah.
Although what's funny about robots is that's what they used to. That's how they pronounced it in like the 50s.
What, robots?
Yeah, I was watching I guess it was like early 60s, but Twilight Zone they called them robots.
Oh wow.
Yeah. What's new with you guys besides video games? Okay, E3 2019.
I mean, that's all I did all week was just E3 stuff. So.
All right.
I watched E3 and then got ready for a wedding. That's about it.
Yeah. Man, I was trying to follow E3 in my Hearthstone schedule on a 6 and 7 hour delay. That shit fucked me up. Yeah, I wasn't getting my Hearthstone quest until 8 and 7 a.m. in the morning.
Oh my
It was
God.
fucking bullshit.
Did you actually end up doing them?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, even on the shitty again, even in Barcelona. I never had a problem with internet anywhere in Europe. First place I ever had a problem with the internet.
What is happening? What's happening there?
My hotel in Barcelona was shit too. It was
Well, maybe that was the problem. Did you buy a
fucking
cheap
garbage.
hotel?
No, it was an expensive. It was a 5-star hotel. It just was.
Oh, good.
It was one of those hotels. It was one of those fake 5 stars. It's nice. It's nice from far, but far from nice.
I mean, I've been in some nice hotels with bad internet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hotel internet in Canada is just generally bad.
It's fucking garbage.
Yeah, it's just
but
generally
hotel
terrible.
internet in Europe is usually fantastic. I never had a problem anywhere except for Barcelona.
That's ridiculous.
yeah.
Canada's got to get on their infrastructure fucking train.
I got an unlimited plan now, so I don't really need Wi-Fi.
I made the call. I'm going to switch over to that Rogers Infinite.
Yeah.
But so I asked him, I'm like, how long is this on for? Like, it's here to stay.
It's infinite.
But I'm like, I looked at the Bell one. Bell, the one that you said Bell was offering, same thing, but it's a promotion. It's only on until the 30th.
Well, they might be trying to figure out how to respond, and that's their quick.
That's true.
They're absolutely backdoor.
Oh,
Yeah, like they.
This happened when Rogers had like that $65 for 10 gigabytes of data.
Kudo did the same thing.
That one day promotion, and then all the other carriers did it the same day.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah. It's like I'm really curious to know about this infinite plan. I'm like, I bet if I load up Telus' website right now, they're gonna have the exact same one.
Although Kudo did not have an unlimited plan. At least they weren't displaying it on the front page when I went and
Wait, now
looked at
today?
it. Yeah.
Oh, they're not. We're not. I don't think we'll ever get unlimited.
Oh,
I'll just keep paying for paying out my ass.
Wait, you're on Kudo, Matt?
Yeah, I've been on Kudo for years.
I did not know that.
Ever since I was on Rogers.
I did not know. How's that going for you?
I'm fine. Kudo uses Telus, which uses Bell, so my network coverage is great. My network coverage is great, but that infrastructure thing I just said is as far as I know, and that's it. That's really good.
The weird thing about, I mean, it's not weird, but because they explain it to you. But so I bought the 10 gigabyte package, which means you have full speed for 10 gigabytes, and then after that fact, it gets like drastically reduced. But you have it indefinitely.
What are we talking about reduced?
You know what's funny though? They say the fastest speed for 10 gigs. I'm like, if it's as fast as possible, am I not just going to rip through those gigs faster then?
That was my concern. Yeah.
Technically, but it does depend on how many actions you're doing.
But they find that even if, like, when LTE first came out, right, they found that people were using up their data faster because you could access more pages in the same amount of time.
Admittedly, though, that was around the time where shops and everything else started having apps and loyalty cards on phones. So now you're ripping your phone out
But the
more.
same thing happens with the speed of your phone and how fast your browser is. You use more data then. And then now we're going to move into a era of 5G internet with super fast speeds.
Yeah.
Rogers is not going to get
People are
that.
going to be using up... they already have it.
Rogers' infrastructure sucks.
They as far as I know, they have one in the Rogers Center in Toronto there.
Fuck, I fucking hate Rogers.
Why don't you move to Bell then? This is your chance.
The Bell. Okay, so here's
Yeah,
the
that
thing.
is true.
So here's the thing. I carry a Bell and a Rogers phone with me all day, and I see the ups and downs of both. Here's the thing with Rogers. Rogers LTE, good, fantastic. You drop down to 3G, it's obviously slower, but you can still get stuff through on Rogers. Bell LTE is way faster and it's way more available. You dropping off Bell LTE is so few and far between that it hardly ever happens. The problem is, though, the few times it does for me on my work phone and it drops down to 3G, it might as well be no G. 3G on Bell is non-existent, and it literally just hangs. And that's so I'm like, okay, so I can do like a safety net with Rogers where it's going to have shittier, but at least I'll be covered. Or Bell, where if the rare chance it does shit out, and I work in a hospital, so like I have concrete walls around me, it completely goes to caca. So it's like, what do I pick? And then based on that, like Rogers customer service is at least reasonable. Bell customer service is notoriously bad.
I also prefer the Rogers, their website, their billing, and their app.
It's a little bit more welcoming for user interface.
It's so easy to read their stuff.
Yeah.
How often are you spending on your?
But
I haven't logged into Kudo in
I
months.
constantly manage my stuff, and whenever I go to the States, like I'm doing the Roam Like Home stuff.
Don't you just text
when
it?
I travel?
No, it's just on now. But like I constantly am looking for different plans and stuff too.
When I travel, it's quite freeing and liberating. Is I will just turn off my internet and I will just go. The only time I ever turn on is for Hearthstone. Get those quests, and at night I'll send footage back. I'll upload stuff from my phone to home, and I'll get rid of it.
I also have a shared plan with my sister too, so I'm constantly managing our data, and she sometimes gets additional charges, and they'll have to sort that out for the billing. And so it's nice to have Rogers billing because it's super clean and easy, and I can find out where the charge is coming from.
Man, that sounds like a lot of work.
No, because
not on Rogers.
I can't even remember my login. Like,
because he's managing it with another person. Like, you don't like you happily give your 16 over, and you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and I don't care.
But we collectively have 20 gigs of full speed internet though, so that's great.
What is a drastic?
We should have unlimited in Canada. It's fucking bullshit.
What is a drastic reduction?
I think it's into the kilobytes.
So we're talking about you can't do 480p video.
It's like they graded it for like basic
emails.
messaging and emails. They said
like
after that 10 gig, that's pretty much all you're doing.
Yeah. But you can pay to add additional full speed internet.
Well, I mean, you could do that originally now anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's no chance of an overage charge, which is the main concern. Because me and my sister have gone over and then had to pay quite a bit.
And for me, while I do rarely go over 6, I never even hit the 7 mark.
I usually don't hit the 1. What are you guys doing?
Well, your phone also has a better Wi-Fi card.
Oh, yeah.
Our Wi-Fi cards suck and are constantly dropping out.
It's weird. I don't really use my phone when I'm out and about.
I constantly am on my phone.
Like, I'll answer messages and stuff like that, but that's it. I'll take pictures, and then I have a couple of services that will upload, like, over mobile, but... Like that's my biggest...
I try to turn off as much of that as possible for mobile uploads. I try not to do anything on data.
I did do that, but then I found that like it would miss backups, and then my backups would be all fucked up. So then I was like, all right, whatever, just use mobile. That's fine.
Yeah, the Microsoft To Do system, huh? Just fucking.
Not that. Mine's fine.
Did the update help you at all, or no?
No, it didn't.
Damn.
Because the update when you sent me that, I'm like this sounds like it should fix the problem, but I also know the problem isn't in the app. Like I know the problem is on the web interface. I've pinpointed the problem for them, and I've shown them.
Don't you have a meeting with Alf or whatever his name was?
Yeah, he didn't. No, he didn't contact me.
I didn't know what his name was.
Like the alien.
The alien, the puppet. Yeah,
he might as well be. As far as I'm concerned, he could be on the other.
What was it? An insult. I just didn't know his name.
So the call was scheduled. It didn't come, and then I get an email from him after saying, "Oh yeah, we're just going to continue to investigate, and we will call you when there's update." I'm like,
Good.
so I'm not getting it.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
You ain't getting a phone call. Yeah,
I
that's
had to
it.
chase you. Like this is how it's gonna be, huh?
All right, let's hop into the E3 since we got a lot to cover. I'm just gonna go through the list. Matt or Adrian, your Wikipedia list scared me.
Why?
It's a ton of stuff on there.
It's just everything that happened.
Yeah. All right, let's start with the big one. Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I ask you guys something?
Yeah.
How genuinely shocked were you when it revealed Keanu Reeves?
I was pretty shocked.
I called it before it panned up to his face. I was like, "Is that Keanu?"
Really?
Yeah.
His voice, because he talks.
His voice. Yeah.
I thought
he's like, get
on
up
his
or
chest
something.
or something.
No.
I'm like, how close are you looking at his chest?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's probably not accurate either.
I didn't have a lot of like, oh fuck moments in this whole thing, but I'm like, That really caught me off guard. And then when I saw the John Berthenol one, I'm like, of course this fucking idiot is
Yeah.
doing it. Like, of course, like that's his progression.
Of course this fucking guy.
Yeah, of course, like, the progression of his career is going to be leading into video games. But yeah, man, Keanu.
And he showed up.
Holy,
He was actually
yeah.
at the conference. Yeah, so it was crazy.
A big memeable moment.
Apparently, Microsoft tried really hard to keep that under wraps too.
And did
Was
so
it leaked
successfully.
at all? Was it hinted?
Nope, no, I don't think so. No.
There we go.
Yeah. So, but the game looks. They didn't show us much really in terms of new stuff, like gameplay wise or anything. I guess they had like a 50-minute demo or something. At E3.
There was at the end of that like CGI thing. I'm pretty sure that was gameplay.
Yeah, but it's still hard to get a sense of what you're kind of doing. In that
Yeah,
game.
it was just like clips, right?
Yeah. So we had the reveal this last year.
Yes.
Now we had this year. When did they say the release was?
April 16th, 2020.
So it's gonna be 2 years from reveal to just under 2
Well,
years from
they
reveal.
announced it years ago. They had a little cinematic trailer with like a robot woman getting shot at. That was like maybe like
I fucking remember.
I don't remember that
that
at
was
all.
like 5 years ago or something.
Oh shit, eh?
Yeah.
I wonder if Keanu was on board then. Probably not.
Although he's apparently a significant part of the game.
Oh wow.
He's like always with your character or something like that, to some degree.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
It's good that he came off of a good movie too, because if John Wick 3 was bad, it would have been kind of like awkward. But he's been having a good year. Is he in Toy Story 2 as well?
He's
I
in
don't know
Toy
about that.
Story 4 as well.
He's in. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it either.
Is it out yet?
I don't know.
That's a movie that did not need to be made.
Apparently, it's fantastic.
I,
reviews are nuts.
I'm glad that it is. I was hoping that it would be great, but I'm like this, like
Sometimes you got to stop.
the number like it was a done package. Like they had found their place. The toys.
But Disney needs more billions.
That's true. They got to acquire
See?
more companies,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
more monopolies.
Just buy DC next.
Do they, oh, they're not a monopoly on anything, I guess. If they're all media, there's tons of
Oh
media
man,
companies.
if they fucking bought DC, that would be insane. Then you could really start crossing over.
And then WB just retires on their stack of
Yeah,
cash.
well, I'm just gonna shut
Man,
the
if they
doors
bought DC and they start doing crossovers, it would never happen. But
No. I don't want it to happen either. That'd be really bad.
No, I think it'd be all right.
they've done crossover comics before. They've crossed over Batman and Wolverine before.
No, but I just don't want Disney making DC films.
Why? Because it'd be good.
It'd be the same. It'd be more of the same movies we're getting.
Maybe not. They might do gritty still, but they might be good.
But the Marvel movies are kind of. I just went through them all again, and they're all the same. They're all the same thing over and over again.
Well, the same tonal, yeah.
They're not taking big risks with their movies. So
Maybe that's a good thing.
it gets tiresome though.
But like it tiresome at when you watched it in a binge format. This was over years.
Yeah.
I mean, how much difference is there to John Wick 1, 2, and 3? Not much, but there's a couple year difference. Or a year was it a year rest in between each?
It's still I still have a Marvel fatigue though.
Isn't that due to
It's due to this freaking video game,
oh no,
Marvel's Avengers.
the cosplayers?
Not to be
showing up?
confused with Nintendo's Marvel's Ultimate Alliance.
Yes.
Those are two separate games.
Yeah, so this was shown up at the Square Enix stage, and this is made by Crystal Dynamics and Eidos, which is they were the ones who made the first two Tomb Raider games, the new rebooted Tomb Raider games. What did you think about these characters that are so controversial?
I was excited that there was when I was watching, I'm just like, I hope that this is very much in the realm of Rocksteady's Arkham series. I hope this is a open world, pick your Avenger, follow their path through this major story. Let's have a good build up, climax, conclusion. Then as I was watching it, something just didn't quite feel right with it. And it's probably a combination of the visuals, which look different but the same at the same time. The voice acting, which
Some veteran voice actors.
kills me because you have two major names in voice acting. And as much as I love Nolan North, he's he sounds like Nolan North.
Right,
like he
yeah.
couldn't have thrown his like voice actors are voice actors for a reason. Is because they have a wide range and they can cover like different characters and they can manipulate their voice. Like it was very Nolan North and Troy Baker was very Troy Baker, and it was just all I'm hearing is Nathan Drake.
I think the problem is though they're not really playing characters per se; they're just playing men. You know what I mean?
Maybe, yeah, I guess it's just the more and more
Robert Downey Jr. really crafted what Iron Man is known as today, but
but
that's not who he always was.
that's not who he was, and it's weird though because now it's like now you're showing me this Iron Man. It's like you guys are clearly want this to be the Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man, but all I'm seeing is like just jokey McJokester. Nathan Drake like just running and gunning like that's all I'm visualizing, and the more and more I watch it, not the less excited I got for it, but the more concerned because if it's a fantastic game and I'd be happy to play it, but like this might actually be a bad game.
I kind of get that vibe too. I kind of feel like
it could actually just be a flop.
It might be trying to cash in a bit too quickly too.
Yeah, and like looking at the visuals of the Avengers, they
look like cosplayers.
Exactly, yeah.
But the thing
they look like shitty cosplayers.
I think that anyone would look like a cosplayer now. Anyone but the original actors.
Maybe. But here's the thing, though:
MCU.
when you look at modern comic iterations of those characters, you don't get that feeling. You still get a very distinct comic book version of those characters.
Right.
Like Captain America still has a very distinct feel, separate but very dominant to his film counterpart. The same with Thor. Same with anyone else. But this here is just it looked.
Their Hulk looked identical in this.
Yeah.
It looked like the same like CG Hulk that they just took from the movies.
They could have lifted footage as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. It was weird. And it's just, I love how they had the 5, but they didn't even have what's Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye?
Yeah. Oh, they didn't have Hawkeye. Now
put him-
they have talked about new characters being added, and there's going to be like apparently a ton of skins, and they teased something exclusive to the PS4. And a lot of people are thinking that's Spider-Man.
I think it's Spider-Man.
It's probably Spider-Man.
It's the only thing that Sony can bring to the table that's unique that no one else can.
And they might be doing a some sort of game universe maybe. Because in Spider-Man, the Avengers are on the West Coast, and that's where they are in this trailer.
And that is something that I've found interesting. I'm like if they do their Marvel gaming universe and like this is canonical with the Spider-Man game, I'm like that would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. Then.
Like that would get me that would actually maybe lean me towards to maybe eventually playing that Spider-Man game.
I'm just wondering.
I haven't played that yet.
I'm just wondering if they're making the same mistake that DC made in jumping too quickly into the Avengers. I think it would have been cool if Crystal Dynamics just took one character and did their own game, and then I think that builds up the excitement more when you have them all come together. And that's why the first Avengers was so big.
Oh fuck! I remember sitting in that theater. Oh, it's so fucking great.
I wonder if that's too long for games though. Because like a movie is what like can be made in about a year or something like that. Whereas like a game it's like
movie takes
2
about 3
years
years.
at the absolute minimum.
They would have to do staggered production like they do with everything else. They would have to plan. It's like, okay, for this year we're going to have a Thor game early on, an Iron Man game later, and then next year we're going to have the little side-scrolling Scarlett Johansson game because we have to have a game for her, but it's going to be minimized, and then we'll have a big one which brings them on all three. Like, come on, that's exactly how it would happen. Like, come on.
It's funny too because the Tomb Raider games look really good. I don't know about this game. It didn't look.
They said like obviously the visuals have to be polished. I'm like, yeah,
it's not gonna help.
it had a early to mid 360 feel about it.
You know what it is though is they did redo Laura's face, and we could be pre the final faces.
They did that though for the next gen versions. So when they did the HD like remaster, essentially, they give her a new face for that.
Yeah, but
they didn't change the original game.
No, they didn't change the original.
They redid her face for the HD.
Yeah, it's a different Laura. Yeah,
but it's the same. But they still use the same mocap and the same voice actors.
Yeah.
That's weird.
But they just her face looks a lot more natural in the.
But is it recognizable as the same character?
Yeah.
Like they just like.
It's recognizable, but it could they could be sisters.
If you walked in on me playing the original game, and then walked in on me playing the new version, you wouldn't be able to tell.
I disagree.
Okay,
I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
That's
I
what I
think,
was wondering. I'm like,
I
did
don't know.
they
You wouldn't-
did they like raise their cheekbones? Did they like?
no, because I disagree with that because
you would
I
you would know
noticed
side by side, but if you were just passing by, you would not know.
But when they showed the trailer for the second one, when they showed the trailer for the second one, I hadn't seen the redo of the first one, and I asked you, I'm like, is that a different Laura? I knew that it was different, and so like that's what I mean. Is like I think that she actually looks like a different person.
Oh wow.
I would say that they look related, but they're not the same person. In terms of like to me that's almost like a different actress.
It looks more like the actual actress herself.
Yes, that's what I would say. I don't know whether the first one was an actress that they did, or whether it was like a less. I don't know what you call it in mocap, where it's like less accurate, but they still mocap the person in terms of like face.
Well, I find typically in animation that a lot of people do look like they're animated characters.
Yes.
There's always something like they must alter the design slightly, to make it look like the actor who plays them. Because I swear that they look like they're actors.
Yeah, that's probably for a good reason.
That's probably something up here, though.
You think?
Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be a mental thing.
Or what if it's a mental thing in the artists who, Tom Hanks is voicing Woody there, and then they kind of subconsciously put Woody more into the design.
That I'm more likely to believe.
What does that mean? What do you mean?
If you know that Tom Hanks is playing your character that you're designing, just subconsciously you might start drawing someone who looks more like Tom Hanks without even knowing that you're doing.
I don't know if Woody looks like Tom Hanks.
You could absolutely take off his hat. If you take off his hat and you,
here's
the thing. Woody, I'd say Woody looks a lot like his kid Colin Hanks. If you put Colin Hanks and Woody side by side, they look a lot alike.
All right, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Adrian, you're the only one who's played the most Final Fantasy out of us all.
I have started so many Final Fantasy games. I don't think I've ever finished.
Have you ever played 7? Or you haven't even got that far, have you?
No. So back in the PlayStation days, in that era, I did not give a shit about sequential order. So I just played whatever I had. I actually never played 7. I played a shit ton at 8. And
that's some people's favorites too.
Number 8 is I still remember the entire first disc of that game. That game was 4 discs, and I have the first one memorized.
Speaking of multiple discs, I think they said Final Fantasy VII Remake is with multiple Blu-rays.
Which I'm shocked. I'm like, just go fucking digital at that point. Why even?
Well, there's still gonna be a digital version. Though.
Yeah, it was weird.
But I thought it was episodic too, so I'm not sure how that works out. Is the first episode 2 discs?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they dropped the episode shtick. I don't know what's going on, but. I'm excited mainly because it is not only obviously updated visuals. They are doing a completely different battling system. It is real time. It's an action game now. It's not a turn based.
Which is how do you think the fans would feel about that? Because I feel like that is a way to get new players in. Like I'm probably gonna buy this game.
Here's my thing with that. I understand that some players will play and be like, this is not the Final Fantasy VII that I remember. And my answer to that is, or my response to that is, shut the fuck up, because if you want to play a good Final Fantasy VII game, go play the original Final Fantasy VII game. My philosophy with good games to begin with is if something's good, whether it's a game, a movie, or whatever, it doesn't need to be remade. But so if they were going to remake 7 and say we're going to do a visual upgrade and then just leave everything else the same. Like you were going to leave the same story. We're going to leave the same action.
So,
like,
a remaster, not a remake.
Don't bother. Really just pump polygons into the old one, release it for half the price, and do that. I'm like, if you're going to remake it, and you want to do a different take on it, then go for it. But the original one is a fantastic game, and people still love it. So if that's the Final Fantasy 7 you want, just go play Final Fantasy 7.
And you can on PS4.
There you go.
It's been modernized at least. It's weird that you, of all people who like think everything gets old really quick, think that you're against Adriano's point. Like you're on the side of a remake shouldn't be different from the original, other than it should be brought up to technical spec, more polygons, better textures.
I never said that. I'm just saying.
I thought you were against Adriano's point.
No, I was just saying with the audience, the fans who preferred the original was turn based then.
Yeah, JRPG strategy.
So if they fell in love with that game, right?
Yeah.
And the new game doesn't have that mechanic in it,
The thing is, though, a lot of people fell in love with Final Fantasy
the
VII
story, I
with
know,
the
I understand
story,
that, yeah.
and the Eris avenue specifically.
Yeah.
So if that's what they're trying to like, I firmly believe that this remake is going to honor that part of it. They're going to honor the major story beats. Maybe the way they get to those beats will be slightly different, but
people went nuts every time a new character showed up on
Yeah.
screen.
Oh yeah, they went absolutely crazy. Yeah.
I think to myself, I'm like, shut up! Like, let me
Shut up,
Let me
yeah.
find out what's going on here. Like, if I can't. Like, stop trying to exercise that you know what's going on. Like, I believe that you know what's happening here.
They're excited. Let them be excited. Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild sequel.
Yeah, I
Did
never
you finish the?
Nope, because I lost my save. I tried to roll back a
Oh.
save and it fucked up on me. So I said, "Fuck that."
This went nuts. A lot of people love this too, and we're shocked that a sequel is coming.
Square Enix kind of like knocked it out of the park actually in terms of their fan base. Like people
Yeah.
are freaking the hell out.
Except for
wait,
me.
wait. What?
Oh, sorry.
What?
We switched developers.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Wait,
Like,
what game are you talking about?
Breath of
now?
the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
Oh, Breath of the Wild. I was thinking.
I'm like,
the-
that was not a Square Enix.
Jesus
and that's not a
Christ!
Square Enix.
I'm getting
game.
all my Japanese games all mixed up now. Fuck. God damn it.
Although all those Square Enix games look pretty much the same.
Well, here's a dumb
yeah.
question: who makes Zelda? Because I don't know.
Nintendo.
Just straight up Nintendo.
Well,
That,
one of their
Nintendo. There was a
studios.
bunch of developers that are owned by Nintendo, and if you look on the disc or on the back of the case of each one, it'll say which studio made it.
Oh, okay.
But as far as you're concerned, it's Nintendo.
This is where I'm getting confused. Okay, I don't pay attention that much to them. So
They seem to more have their developers seem to be more known for like their head guy, whereas like Sony seems to be more known for their head studios.
In a lot of Asian and East Indian culture, it is very, especially in the development and the artist avenue, it's very known to kind of push one person in the spotlight. Like, this is this person's,
Like it's the front man.
Yeah, like, oh, we're doing your vision, and you are the messiah for this project.
I mean, it's the same here when we have directors of movies.
Yeah,
They become well known.
they become well known, but they become well known when it does good. But things are like leading up to the release. It'd be like while somebody is shooting the movie, like we are like, oh, James Gunn is like, this is the visionary for this movie that is going to come out.
Okay, I really had to use the washroom, so talk about Watch Dogs Legion, Matt.
well, Watch Dogs Legion.
Yeah.
What about it? Did you watch Watch Dogs Legion?
I watched everything.
Did you enjoy Watch Dogs Legion in comparison to the other ones? Because I, for one, am actually interested in this one.
So full disclosure, I have not played the second one.
I also have not played this.
Oh, there you go. I like the idea that they are presenting. I don't believe that is going to be executed the way that they say it's going to be.
Yeah, I don't buy the fact that they're like, you can just recruit anyone. It's like,
Yeah.
recruit anyone in what way?
It's going to be, recruit anyone in this. I'm going to scan this area, and it's going to show me, 600 NPCs. Only 3 of them are actually approachable.
Well, the thing is when they were doing like the gameplay demo, I noticed that how like when you like zoom in on a person or whatever with your phone or whatever it is in that game, it shows like their profile. I noticed that every person that was recruited or recruitable, because they skipped one, they're like, oh, we don't need him right now, had a yellow like info box in there, and it said like adds to your hacking or adds to your movement or whatever. So I'm wondering whether when they say you can do anywhere, it's like you have to find somebody, like you're saying, somebody specific, and in this case, it's somebody that could actually help your cause. Mm-hmm. What one guy on IGN said, I only watched part of what he said, but he was saying that it's probably like there's set characters, and then you can recruit actually anyone, but they'll be the generic filler in your gang or whatever.
And that's what I was thinking. I imagine it being like the Assassin's Guild and Brotherhood, where you just had a bunch of like filler assassins.
Yeah.
And when you called upon them, they literally just spawned out of the trees, attacked, and then they ran away. And I imagine that's probably what it's going to be like, something like that.
Well, what's interesting is I wonder what the goal of the game is, like specifically. So, Like, am I going to start as like a frontman character, and I'm going to always have a goal? So it's like this one guy is always my main guy, and he can't die. Like, is everyone? Because that one guy in the trailer died, and he was dead. Like, he's donezo.
I don't think you're gonna have a front man.
So like, what am I gonna? Can I just?
But
choose
I am
one
curious
of
to
four
know
start or
how.
something?
I am curious to know how they are going to start the game.
Because it's
Maybe-
like, what's the goal now?
Maybe this is a opportunity to use the character from the last game. Maybe you start off as the character from the last game.
Oh, maybe.
You then recruit somebody. Then it goes in from there, or Aiden Pierce, whatever the fuck his name.
Aiden Pierce from the first one, yeah.
Like if they wanted you to, if they didn't want to give you a character out of the gate and have you recruit your first character, I think that would be an opportunity to bring in the old character, San Fran guy. What do you
Miles
think
was his? Is that his name?
Miles Morales.
Not
It's
that.
not Miles Morales, but I don't remember his name.
But the guy, the main guy from we're talking about how is this game going to start? Like,
Yeah.
like, are you going to start as a front man? Are you going to choose a random character? Or like, how does the story start? You don't have like a character that has a motivation necessarily. Like, how is this? Is there going to be people in the game that you can start as that can't be killed?
And like, what major story beats is this going to follow? Like,
Yeah,
how, like,
like-
who are you going to follow as you're hitting all those benchmarks?
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Because this isn't a strategy game where it's abstract and you just have people all over the place. This is like you're being each character.
Wow, I don't know.
Like, how the hell is this going to work?
Unless like there is a main character of some sort.
And I was wondering. I was
then
wondering
lose
whether.
interested in this already.
Huh?
Well, we don't know.
If
We're
that's the case, I
assuming.
lose interest in it.
And like the team you put together, you can simply take control of anyone in that team.
Well, do you remember they showed like the 3 or 4 different like things where they were like, oh, you can be like the old ladies of the park or whatever, and they had like all the different. I wonder if it's going to be like those are the 4 or 5 or whatever, however many. Those are the different types, and you get to choose one. Now, what it might do is it could give you a scripted one every time in each of the 5, or it could literally give you a random one in each of them. So you might be like, oh, I want to start as a bruiser, and so it's like randomizing bruiser and gives you a random one. Because technically the goal is DedSec. So DedSec's goal is going to be the same in all the characters anyway, for all the characters.
I can see that happening. I don't like that.
But you're right. How do you travel through the story though?
Yeah.
I think this might literally be the... Like, you know how...
Unless all cutscenes are first person view and you're just silent during them.
Yeah, you could do that. That'd be weird though.
What if this is more like you are just supposed to reach... You're just supposed to like reach a certain goal, and so like maybe there isn't very many scripted story beats. Because if you notice that one, like the story that they showed at E3 was like they skipped out on that one guy, right? They're like, oh, we don't need him, and we're gonna go after this other guy. This guy gets into trouble. You do the whole thing, and then like the guy that you're playing as dies. And you send someone else in to rescue him. Well, what happens if you didn't die? What happens if like does that guy always get captured? What if you didn't even go for that guy and you went for the other guy?
Mm-hmm.
Like how branching is this?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll need more information. I guess.
I wonder if it's going to be lame.
I don't know. I will say this though. First Watch Dogs wasn't great. Second Watch Dogs was good, but I didn't really have much interest in it. But this has actually kind of reinvigorated my interest.
I know someone whose favorite game is Watch Dogs 2.
Changed your life?
No,
okay.
Matt, take any piece of property out there, out of any,
Someone's favorite?
whether it could be a shittiest book or the worst movie, it's somebody's
what
favorite
about
thing out there.
Inhumans, the IMAX experience?
It is somebody's favorite. Somebody out there loves that to death.
Yeah.
I'd like to meet that person
Yeah.
and correct them.
Gears 5. I don't actually remember what we saw of that. I remember the little thing where her head was like coming apart and different people.
Yeah,
were
that
showing
was
up and-
that was weird. And then there's also a Terminator crossover.
yeah.
There's 2 Terminator crossovers in E3.
I
Two
just
of them.
like I thought James Cameron was taking control of his property again. Like, what is happening here? I thought he
No.
came in to like pull to take the reins again.
Some more money, man.
Maybe this is him at the helm. But yeah, there's 2 crossovers, eh? Gears of War, and then there's another crossover in another game somewhere. What game is that?
Yeah, I know. I remember the reveal, but I don't.
Was it? It's Ghost Recon. That's what it is. 100%.
That doesn't make sense.
No,
Yeah, that's Ghost Recon, isn't it?
no, because that reveal,
Yeah, 'cause it
that
says you're
reveal
gonna-
wasn't on the Ubisoft stage.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
There was 2. There was 2 of
There
them.
was 2. I remember there's 2.
Oh,
I
that's
don't.
it.
I
We're
don't
pulling
think.
out
I
the
don't think.
phones, getting the Googler. On 1 Google a day.
No,
right.
man, you're being it.
Halo,
not doing that.
Halo Infinite. None of us here are really Halo fans, are we?
I want to be. I would very much love to enjoy the Halo series as much as other people.
Well,
want to.
if you're getting Game Pass,
Game Pass is on there.
the Halo Master Chief Collection,
But they're
coming to Game
starting.
Pass.
But on PC, they're rolling it out in reverse. They're doing Halo Reach first, and then they're going to the main trilogy because they said they're rolling it out. In parts.
It's because that's right.
the story, right?
That's sequential.
as story. But you should really give me the option to play the production order first.
you just have to wait longer, or you can borrow my Xbox right there and go take it home and play
Play some Sea of Thieves on reduced quality.
it. Yeah.
Matt, did you want to get back into that? I'm off on Sunday. Do you want to do some Sea of Thieves?
I am at a bachelor party. Unfortunately,
All right. Did you play anymore? Did you progress at all? Or did
no.
you?
I bought all my stuff, and then that was it.
Okay. So we're still synced up.
We're still synced up.
All right. Next weekend maybe.
Elden Ring is the From Software and George R.R. Martin's game, which looks a lot like Dark Souls.
I don't remember this.
It was pretty quick.
Ghost Recon Breakpoint Terminator DLC.
God damn it! I hate,
They did have
I
the-
hate
they-
it when Matt's right.
They did have the Predator DLC though.
That was the first one.
Yeah,
I wonder what the paperwork is to cross those over with each other.
Predator and Terminator. I feel like there would be some sort of crossover in like a comic book or somewhere. There's probably
There's RoboCop versus Terminator.
there's probably some history of that happening.
Guess who wins with the RoboCop versus Terminator?
They
Terminator, because
no
fucking RoboCop,
no,
you shoot him in the gut and he's dead again.
No, that's not right, Matt. That's not right. Turns out both their mother's names were Martha,
Yeah.
and they became friends, and then that was it. And then all was forgiven, apparently.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
That's a meh title for me, but I'm not really
I
that
wasn't
into Star
too
Wars.
interested in it until they told us until I learned more about the combat system, and it's a lot more involved than just swiping and
Good because
slashing.
the visuals and the actual movement mechanics look.
I didn't see this bad visuals you guys were talking about. I
It
wasn't
just
shocked
looked
by the visuals.
dull. It just
Saw
looked.
Gerrera was a little blurry.
It
too.
looked like a HD remaster of Force Unleashed.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
I'm like, this is Force Unleashed. Even the sound effects of.
I would say that the style
watch it ag-
looks like Force Unleashed
Watch it
than
again.
the actual graphics.
Watch it again, and when that I guess it's a poem in the Star Wars universe because there's only so many sound effects they're going to pull from. But there was one sound effects when he throws his laser sword and it goes through a stormtrooper.
His laser sword?
It goes through a stormtrooper and it comes back to him. I'm like, it just triggered like Force Unleashed. Like it's just like I played this before.
That's what Marty said when
It's just
I
like-
sent him the trailer. He was like, "I've seen this before."
Yeah, it's like this is nothing new. Even his movement, watch his from behind when he first starts moving. It's very the same two movement animations. Very 1 2 1 2 1 2. Like there's no dynamicy whatever in his movement.
One thing we learned about
Not
this
impressed
is
at all.
they asked the developers, who was it, Respawn? Yeah.
The Respawn, yeah.
Yeah, they asked them like, why isn't there dismemberment? And they said that's a Disney thing. Disney does not want dismemberment in their franchise.
Makes sense, honestly.
So I'm curious. I'm curious
Well,
if
I mean-
Disney had to make Empire Strikes Back, and they're the ones making it for the first time. If they would have had, the old.
The old hand gone
Yeah.
over.
Probably not. Probably not.
Well, I'm trying to think. Did in the new trilogy has anyone lost any limbs?
Nope. I'm not saying that with a great deal of confidence. To
I'm
be
just
honest,
I'm running through them, but I don't know if anyone has lost a limb.
I don't think so.
Has anyone been like stabbed? Like just
Which is funny
straight through
though.
the-
Which is funny though because in what phase 2 of Marvel, everyone lost a
the
hand.
Yeah, there's a lot of dismemberment in that.
What happened to? Spoiler alert! What happened to Snoke?
Oh, yeah, that's the biggest dismemberment of all.
Oh,
But it didn't really show the dismemberment.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it did.
It did it. I don't remember.
The lightsaber ignites, it gets pulled through him, and then his body collapses onto the floor.
All right. Well, there's a big old dismemberment in that.
I'm also going to say they let that pass because of his physical. Like he's the least human resembling character. I doubt they would have ever done that to a human on screen.
But I won, yeah, because it's funny. There are points in the demo where he literally pulls his lightsaber through a stormtrooper, right through their gut,
Yeah,
and you can see the glow, right? And
but their bodies retain.
yeah. And the Star Wars games have had dismemberment in the past. Jedi Outcast or one of those games.
Yeah, but that was
the third one. The third one did.
Jedi Outcast.
No, the third
The
movie one.
third movie, episode 3 did.
Oh yeah, those are the LucasArts days.
Yeah.
That's and the BioWare days. Those are
That was a great game too.
fantastic games. Man, the Jedi Dark Forces When Kyle Katarn stole the Death Star plans, those games are fucking fantastic.
Here's an interesting game that is from the Assassin's Creed Odyssey developers, and it's called Gods and Monsters, and this also takes place in ancient Greece. I don't know
It's
if
an
you saw
interesting
that.
style. I didn't mind it, actually.
Wait, that took place in Greece?
Yeah.
I thought that was like some fantasy land.
Well, I mean, it's taking the
it's
gods and
mythological
making
Greece.
it real, yeah. So it is a fantasy land still.
I mean, so is Odyssey, technically.
I'm excited for this game because of the developers. But I think it's funny that they must have like fallen in love with ancient Greece for some reason, you know.
Well, it's probably
I
all
mean,
the research
It
they
is
did.
it is fascinating, you know. So
All the research, but
Yeah.
it would have amassed to been like, oh, Jesus,
Like,
we need to make...
Odyssey caused me to go down like a rabbit hole researching ancient Greece and stuff.
But I want to know whether this is like an RPG. Is this a really quick like beat 'em up? Is this something we're just going to see suddenly released? Like, is it a
It's
small game?
It's a mix of puzzles, and platforming, and combat storytelling,
Oh, I'm out.
and world building.
Oh yeah.
It's Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah. Big ol' out for me.
What would you want it to be?
I just wanted.
First person shooter.
I just wanted
Freakers,
Yeah.
GPS navigation.
fucking GPS now. No, I like my Bethesda games. I just walk around, do whatever I want. No, nothing like that.
I can't take freedom in games. I can't do it.
Yeah. There was a fucking massive. We were doing something. What the fuck were we doing in '76? We were doing something. I forget what it was. And well, anyway, it doesn't matter. We ended up in this like big facility, and there was something in the back that was like making a whole bunch of noise. And I was like, "What the hell is that?" And Ryan's like, "I don't know," and just fast traveled away. And I was like, "I'm going to see what's out there. Like, there's probably some loot back there. Like, what the fuck is like, I
That's
don't know.
funny.
Like, the quest is done. I'm out of here."
Especially because whatever's back there, he probably needs help to deal with it.
Yeah.
Like it's probably not a one person job.
Frick,
That's
like
pretty good.
Deathloop.
interesting.
That was shown at Bethesda's conference. That was an interesting game. I'm not sure what you do, but the concept
Was that
seemed
the
pretty
top
cool.
down one where
It was only really a cinematic kind of trailer. It was where they kept killing each other, and they kept going back in time and then trying to kill each other. But then they would learn from the last time they died, and then they get
Yeah,
like
one's
not
trying to
re-
escape. One's trying to escape like the prison or something, and the other one's trying to keep the other one in. And they win by killing each other. So like the guy kills her, then he escapes or something.
it was a very stylish.
Yeah.
It wasn't gritty at all, was it? It was very.
it was like a movie trailer.
It was very Kill Bill-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say.
Okay, now I remember it. I was thinking of that top down one that was like 3 minutes in a
That is funny that they're two kind of similar themes, but different types.
two
of games.
similar themes, very different
Yeah.
styles
Yeah.
and tones.
So this one actually, I put on my list of games I want to.
I don't
try out.
think that game's gonna come out.
You don't think it's gonna come out?
I think it's gonna get canceled.
No, the Deathloop.
Yeah,
What's he talking about?
He's saying that he doesn't think Deathloop is going to come out.
Why not?
I don't know. I just have a feeling. It's just
Well,
this.
from what?
It is a CGI trailer.
Yeah.
It's a pretty random game name,
Yeah.
and I haven't heard anything else about it.
This it felt like a proof of concept when you're trying to pitch a game. That's what that felt like.
Okay. I mean,
it's an assumption, like-
we have seen,
No, but, like,
we
we've
have seen
other-
cinematic trailers at E3 before, and the games have just never come out. They've just been canceled. Like it has happened.
yes.
And out of everything, if I had to pick one thing to say, I could see something not coming out, it would be Deathloop.
I don't know over that.
Mark this episode 253.
It was made by Arcane Studios, who did Dishonored 1 and 2.
Okay.
It's probably going to come out.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying if there's one game I could see not coming out, like failing out of this E3, because there are games that fail all the time out of E3 that don't come out. I could see that one being it.
Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening remake.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good.
It was cute. That was such a.
That's the only
Cute
Zelda
trailer.
game I've ever beaten.
So you can get that for your Switch?
Probably, yeah.
Oh wow.
I would like them to redo all the Zeldas in that style.
If this one does well, maybe.
Have they done? What have they done with the first game? Have they ever done anything with that?
ever redone it.
I think
The-
this
the-
is a
the-
prequel, though. I think.
No.
Yeah, those Link's
Well, that makes
Awakening.
sense.
thing,
Link's
yeah.
Awakening, yeah. But
Well,
not all the games are canonical, though, right? They're not all tied
There's-
together.
There's a whole
The different types of links
They had
and
to
different,
release an encyclopedia to explain
my
the fractured timelines. You think Endgame is fucking messed up?
But the problem is when it came out, they didn't care about
They
that
didn't
stuff.
care about canon, and then
Yeah.
when people started, it was like, okay, we need to kind of patch this up.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
Did you click on Marty's?
Yeah, I actually saw that tweet when it's hilarious. Yeah. But I've never played any of the Luigi Mansion games.
One is on GameCube, one is on 3DS, and the next one's on Switch. So it's kind of they're all over the place. Like if I said I wanted to play,
was there no Luigi's Mansion on Wii U?
or maybe
There was the whole year of Luigi on the Wii U.
I think that was the summer of Luigi.
He got cut short.
That was a year.
Sorry, buddy. You only get 2 months instead of
couple
12.
weeks, yeah, the couple weeks of
Maybe.
Luigi.
I'll look it up. But like
The
the problem with
Summer
the
Luigi.
Luigi's Mansion games is they're really fractured on their platforms. So if I said right now I wanted to go back and play them, it's very difficult for me to do.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which is a reimagining. We actually didn't see this on any of the stages, which is surprising because they used to always kick off the Xbox conference, and then Sony got them once the PS4 was the dominating console this gen. But now I think I haven't really seen anything on it. I heard that what they showed like to the press was pretty intense though. They're going for a more realistic, I guess, kind of war game.
Because everyone's fatigued from the
Just the nonstop
schlock.
explosion. Yeah.
yeah.
All right, that's all I have to say about Call of Duty.
Yeah, let's move on.
The Outer Worlds. This trailer looked a lot less exciting than the first trailer.
Wait. Obsidian?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
It's one of these games needs to change their name.
This definitely looks like an Obsidian game. It looks like a rebooted Fallout New Vegas.
I told you when they zoomed in on the one guy's head when he was talking, I was like, "That's a fucking That's some Obsidian
Which is
content
funny though
right there.
because that was a Bethesda thing
Yeah,
that Obsidian somehow adopted and then are still using.
like they kind of like changed the style a little bit, and now it's
I love how they're marketing it from the creators of the original Fallout. Like that was their tag in their first trailer. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
like those are very different games.
I wonder how much of the same people are like still there too. Like,
Man.
because if they created Fallout, I mean,
The
that's,
janitor, maybe.
That's one hell of a universe they created.
Yeah.
the thing is like with this game is not an open world, is it? It has like open world areas. It's not like open world like we think it is.
I'm pretty sure there's planets, so you can travel between the planets.
Yeah,
But I don't think-
By the way, I just got the thing. They released information on that the Marvel, the weird looking Marvel Avengers game. They say it's not even open world. There's hub worlds for you to travel to, but there's not.
Okay.
Continue.
Well, I'm pretty sure that it isn't. I'm pretty sure that it is an open world or something, right? Wasn't that like a big thing that like people were like, "It's not an open world"? And I
don't recall. I don't know.
I thought that was
And-
like stated shortly after the Game Awards.
Besides that, I am actually excited for this game. Before you came here tonight, Matt, I was telling Ryan, it's finally settling in that I will probably never play Fallout 4.
there you go.
After promising,
That boat is now starting to teeter for me to say maybe this won't happen.
you were adamant about playing it.
Yeah, you can't prove that.
Tapes upon tapes.
Yeah. But the outer
Worlds.
worlds, I was gonna say outer planets.
That doesn't help me at all.
Is,
No consolation
is,
for
is
you.
is a avenue for that Fallout that if
Type.
if I ever wanted to jump into that.
I mean, Fallout 4 is a good game too.
It's just so much of it though, and
It's really not. Not if you play the way you play. Most of Bethesda games are just like go into the back yard and like
Wait, do you own
farm
it?
some corn.
I own like 2 copies of it.
Oh my lord!
I have it on Steam.
Well, he's not going to play it. So that's
and
it.
PS4.
Moving on from the Fallout.
I
train.
bought
Play
the
it
Game of the
on,
Year edition twice.
Play it on PC. It looks damn nice. I got it running on my PC.
Speaking of, okay, so I think I mentioned it. I will also. I think I'm going to try that free to play Dauntless game on Epic Games Store. Anyone interested in trying that with me?
I don't even know what it is.
If it's free, sure, I'll download it.
Yeah, it's pretty much Monster Hunter, but it's like a more cartoony, whimsical
All right.
version of it.
This is big news for me and Matt. Fallout 76 Wastelanders and Nuclear Winter update.
Ah.
We've already tried Nuclear Winter. We've streamed it a bit. It's pretty fun, surprisingly.
You streamed? Oh, on your Twitch. Yeah.
Yeah. But the big update coming later is going to be Wastelanders, where they actually add human NPCs to the game.
Yes, and
quests with like diverging options.
So Outer Worlds is not. I just looked it up. Is not open world.
So
There's
it's-
open world like sections, and they compared it to Knights of the Old Republic 2. I think
Yeah,
they said.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
even more appealing for me.
Oh, that's right. Obsidian did Knights of the Old Republic too.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry. Yes. So they have companions in this.
Oh,
eh?
right. They outsourced it to Obsidian.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, eh?
Yeah.
They have companions in this that won't follow you around.
Are you saying that as a joke because of their engine, or are you saying
No,
that?
they said it. They have limitations in the public spaces, so they are only in instanced areas such as towns and certain missions.
Okay.
So
All right.
they're like companions that you can go through a story with, have a relationship with, and romance them, but you cannot. They will not follow you around and fight with you. He said, obviously, there's a limitation due to the public areas of the map, which
There's public areas,
everything's public. We see people.
like actual people.
Yeah, the whole map is public. If I stand in on a rock and you try to stand on the same rock,
We'll see each
can't-
other.
Well, we'll see each other.
Okay.
That's what he means by public. But if you go into like a building, your building might be different than mine. I load into Matt Lawrence's building, and you load into Ryan's building.
I see.
So he's saying that instanced areas is a possibility for this type of stuff, but like obviously you can't.
All right. Well, that's weird.
I am really worried that the stories are going to be very shallow. Like,
probably.
we need help. We need wood.
That's how they all are. RPGs are just that nowadays. I should say Western RPGs.
But the thing is like
Go here, collect that.
It's
Go here, kill that.
It's just fillers. Literally for you to walk around, party up with your friends, so you can chat and do things.
But if they're talking about companions, like if they're doing companions despite the fact that there's such limitations, it kind of indicates that maybe that's not the case.
I don't know.
I'm interested in seeing these locations be built out though. Like the crash space station is being like built upon. It looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where the other places were. The one place looks like the house that was in the intro. Like the house that was always in the background of the menu that had like the plane. It looked like one of the scenes was there.
Okay.
So it's like locations that are basically unused, like virtually unused in the world.
Also, why the fuck does he have to have a droid on his back like the other person in Battlefront?
What?
Like why does every Star Wars character now have to have a droid? That's
What
just
are you
that,
talking
that
about?
just came to me.
I think it's because when you sit down and say, okay, what do people like about A New Hope? They like the ship, they like the droids, they like the team working together. That's always the core foundation of Star Wars.
Oh my god, when it showed a droid and at the
But
end,
hey.
like in the trailer, it showed a little like droid
Hey.
jumping around. I'm like, great, now here's another fucking robot.
Wait,
which
whoa,
is gonna
whoa.
get $1.5 million comic
Didn't you
spin-offs.
ask for
Wait,
a little
wait,
droid
wait.
following you around in a free open world Star Wars game?
There is a prequel comic. But we all have phones. Phones are essentially our protocol droids. We all have them. The Star Wars universe, they all have droids. That's just what you have.
I don't like it.
I find
Adriano's out.
I find it more questionable how
He's out.
easy it is to hack into these secure places just because you have a droid.
Yeah, it's like
Everyone
just
has a
hack
droid,
this, bud.
and so everyone hack into just the frickin' Death Star.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
That's what I find weird.
Yeah.
All right, Blair Witch.
That game looks awesome.
What a shock too, though, eh?
Yeah, pretty big shock.
I am excited. It had a very. I'm trying to remember the specifics of that trailer, and I can't. I can only remember it in broad strokes.
Marty first realized when that guy was facing the wrong way.
Yeah.
Facing the wall, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Is this Blair Witch?" And they pulled out into the woods, and
Yeah.
like, "Oh Jesus!"
I'm excited for that. I think that's a game. I think it's a game we play like PT. We all come down here, lights off.
Matt gets scared by a
Just
coat,
be scared.
coat
yeah.
hanger.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? That's coat hanger. Shit.
Well, frick. You know how I always looked up to see if that woman was like over the balcony?
No, but that's a fair thing. Like that is fucking.
There is a scene where she
Yeah.
can be there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
random,
it's rare, but she can go up there.
That crazy
you know
bitch.
what fucking pisses me off about that house? There's no stairs to go upstairs.
No.
It is a second floor you cannot get
That
to.
house is also like really fucked up.
It's a ghost house, yeah.
Yeah, it's really fucked up. Like,
And that's the thing. It's unsettling that there's no stairs. Like, it's really, really unsettling.
In some universe, that game came to be.
Ugh. In some universe, Firefly had 7 seasons and a movie to finish it off.
Yeah. And Jar Jar is everyone's favorite character.
oh fuck yeah.
And Jar Jar is revealed to be the Sith master.
that's
been,
right, yeah.
That's been pulling
The real
strings.
Phantom Menace.
Oh man.
Ghost Recon
and
Breakout
and
actually
in
looks
some
pretty
universe, Chevy Chase had the Tonight Show.
good. Oh my god. Let's see here. 12 minutes was the other time loop game.
Oh, that's the apartment one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun to play when it's free on some service that you just click on quickly.
Forza Horizon 4 Lego Speed Champions looked hilarious.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
I don't remember that.
They had the Lego car on the stage.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Maybe I'll buy my nephew some gold for his X because he has that game.
Right.
And I'm assuming that I can get that.
Jeez.
But did I tell you what? I bought that game to play with him. I'm like, all right, Matthew, like I bought Forza 4. Like let's party up and play. He's like, oh, I canceled Xbox Live Gold. I can't play anymore. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes, man! I just bought this game. so it's not even like
Should just got a refund.
I don't care.
This is really sad here. It says Anthem. And it says IGN got some hands-on time with Anthem's new Cataclysm event at EA Play, but wasn't fully sold on its potential.
So Anthem's done though. Like
It had a really at EA Play, Greg Miller was like interviewing the guy from the Anthem team. It was a sad interview.
really,
Yeah.
even the guy said.
It just like there's no more spirit, you know. They're broken.
You know what that means? New Dragon Age is their last and probably really bad title.
Well, I mean, last time they thought everything was going to shit, and Dragon Age was good and won Game of the Year.
No,
So-
but I mean, like now the team is broken as well. Unless the team is always broken.
Like the failure of Dragon Age could close by.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it would, because that would mean Mass Effect Andromeda was a big failure. Anthem, another big failure.
Oh yeah,
Who knows if they get it a third? You know,
that's
Yeah,
it. That's
it's
all
not-
you get.
Yeah. It there's our exit music playing in the background.
can you hear it?
I can
Yeah,
hear it
we
through
can
your
hear it.
headphones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hear it every
loud
time.
it's pretty loud in my left ear. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga,
This is another thing that did not need to be made, but hey, what the hell? Why not?
and I believe
in.
they're redoing the whole. It's not the old Lego games.
They're just redoing it.
I think it's a whole saga,
I want to know
Fully voiced.
fully voiced. Yeah,
how many fucking Lego games are there?
a bunch.
There's a freaking hell of a lot of Lego games.
Even doing the Lego, what's the Portal one, the one where you mix and match them? What's with the little pad?
what?
The Toys to Life one.
Oh, Dimensions.
The Lego Dimensions. There's got to be somebody out there who actually played every single fucking Lego game,
Oh yeah.
unlocked every single character,
Oh yeah.
got every single fucking bit.
Oh,
or whatever
yeah.
the hell you call them.
You know, yeah, the goddamn bits or whatever they are.
Studs.
That's definitely addicting.
Lego studs.
That's definitely addicting to get if you're into those games.
I remember though. When I played that first Star Wars Lego game, that was fantastic.
Why can't you build in Lego games and not just hold the button to build a pre-made thing? Why don't you build in Lego games?
They
I have a really old like castle building Lego
Because
game.
they want you to buy the actual Legos.
But wouldn't you be
and
enticed
build
to do
those.
that if you do both?
But could it also
I
just
wouldn't
be,
want to
could it-
build with a controller either, though.
But could it also just be a RAM thing? Like trying to could it be just putting all those pieces in, trying to keep those in formation together? Like could it not be a?
Wouldn't it be more like
Limitation.
Minecraft though? Where it'd be like certain pieces can connect to certain pieces, and then that's it.
But the difference is though in Lego though, like that, like it's mobile, like that piece will drop in the environment and it will it'll have physics and it will move around, right? And every time you add on a new piece, it will adjust the weight and the dimension,
Well, I mean, you could just
and
not
the
do
center
that.
of gravity will adjust.
You could just not do that too, though.
then you're not building. Then you might as well just have a pre-made thing.
What? What do you mean?
You said, why not let me build? And if you're going to
But
put
like, why
limitations on
can't
the
you
building
build like
aspect,
build like a I don't know, a car or something, and then I can use it. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't that? It's Lego.
Isn't there a virtual Lego builder on Google Chrome somewhere?
I don't know about that.
Somebody made a virtual Lego builder.
There's been Lego building like apps as well.
There's Lego building. There's a Lego building game, but it's really old.
PC, right?
PC, yeah.
Lego Island Adventure, something like that.
And it was the one I played was a castle one.
Fuck yeah, I remember Lego Island. I used to go over to my cousin's house and play that.
Yeah, see, that even those games freaking exist. They're old.
Fantastic.
So last thing I want to talk about is Project Scarlet, which is the next gen Microsoft console.
Oh yeah.
How do you guys feel about that? So it has custom engineered AMD processors that will be capable of both 8K resolution, 120 frames per second, variable refresh rates, supports ray tracing, and has a solid state drive, which can be used as virtual RAM.
Yeah, that's pretty damn fast. Pretty damn fast.
So it's quite the console.
This like type of spec loadout kind of sounds like what Todd Howard meant by we can't do the Elder Scrolls 6 on current gen.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you it beats the hell out of this Xbox, whatever the hell they got cooking.
What's worrying is like the price. To me, what's the price going to be?
Oh well, if it's not coming, but they're gonna. It's gonna be expensive at
Microsoft
first.
will eat the
Yeah,
the cost.
They'll eat it.
because
Still,
they
I mean, if their Xbox One X,
$5.99.
that's a lot.
not really.
$5.99.
Yes, it is.
Oh, compared to the old last gen,
Yes.
That
last gen when it was new.
last gen was $400.
Yeah. Sony did the bullshit $699 on the PS3.
I remember
That
that.
almost killed it. Like that almost
Yeah,
was,
but
that
okay,
almost
so
undid
Microsoft
that
will
whole
eat
thing.
it.
But they're not eating on the Xbox One X. That thing's $600.
No, but that's also
Or $500?
that's also an enthusiast grade console. There's still
this
there's
one
still
is
a way.
better than that.
Of course it is. They can't release something that's not as good as the
No, I
original
understand that,
Xbox One X
but they're-
generation.
But they're still selling the One X for $500 or $600.
But think about this, right? If they take a $200 hit per console, okay, that sounds really bad. They know the numbers of how many people are going to buy their services.
Oh, yeah.
Are they going to buy Xbox Live at least, probably, or are they going to buy Xbox Live with the Game Pass separately, or are they going to buy
Xbox
all three of
Live
them,
Ultimate.
like the Xbox Live Ultimate or the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate? That's what it's called.
I
Are they going to
think
buy
that's
that Ultimate subscription? 10 months in, so let's say it's $20 a month or something. Like 10 months in, I think it's less than that actually, but 10 months in, they've already made their money back.
So you think the console's going to be $400?
I think it's going to be $400 or $450. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's $500. I would say
I
I'll
could
say
see,
that.
I could see it being 500. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's 500, but
think-
I wouldn't be surprised if it's 400 either.
Yeah. Like 500 would probably be the.
It sounds very similar to the PS5 or the next gen PlayStation.
Of course, it's corporate espionage.
I have a feeling that the Xbox is going to kill the PS5 spec wise, though.
You kill it or just edge
Not
it out.
like I mean, it's
not-
going
it's
to
not
be
gonna
the
pound it
superior.
into the
It's
ground.
going to be the superior console. this
Yeah,
time.
it's probably going to be the marginal difference between what the first iteration of the Xbox One was and the PS4.
Yeah.
Like the main difference was the RAM. One was using DDR3, one was using DDR5.
Yes, yeah. The thing is, though, is Microsoft has their frickin' software down. You know, slow like you were complaining about this the other day. You click the share button, you wait 5 minutes, share menu goes, and then it's like you have to wait to press square to save the clip.
Fucking hate the PlayStation OS.
Its software sucks. It sucks, man.
The only other piece of software that I hate more than the PlayStation OS is probably Spotify. The more and more I use Spotify, the more and more I hate that thing.
But the thing is like,
And
why is the
Spotify's on
PlayStation?
PlayStation, so like they deserve to be together.
Why the fuck is the PlayStation so slow? It is
It is
legitimately slow. Like it runs like ass.
It's a piece of shit console.
I was
the
playing
PS3 sucks too.
Okay, hey Siri, shut up.
Okay, the PS3 was a horrible console. I don't know how you guys put up with that for a full generation. That thing was a hot
That
piece.
was my main console.
I think it was a hot piece of trash.
Mine was just the side console. But
It was fine if you just literally pressed X on the game, and then it would be fine. But it was their menu that was laggy, and then you couldn't multitask.
You couldn't, but just downloading updates.
oh yeah,
The updates had to be stacked. They were not
Oh, yeah.
compressed. You had to. Here's one of 7 updates. First update's 250 megabytes. Be done in 37 minutes. All right, here's update 2. 700
it
megabytes.
has to install each.
It has to install each one. Like the Xbox 360 had it all packed in.
Yeah.
They literally downloaded a package, zipped it, ran it, done. You were as quickly as you're downloading it, you were back to the game.
The thing that amazes me is I
hate that
I have a
console.
launch day Xbox One, and the other day I literally switched from Red Dead Redemption 2, which is a heavy fucking game, easily to GTA 5. Click the button to switch. On the PlayStation, it'd be like, click the button, put it down, get a snack, come back. Oh, can't click anything. Get another snack, come back.
I wonder if it literally has like Microsoft is a software developer, where Sony is a hardware manufacturer.
Well, all right, smarten up. You can't.
But
you
the thing,
can't
but
have
the thing is,
software that's that slow.
it works. It seems to work both ways because it's like, okay, I could see why. But
But Microsoft has just recently gone into hardware, and if you look at their actual first outings in hardware, they were bad too.
yeah,
Of course, yeah.
So now they got it both down. Now they got the software and the hardware down.
Yeah.
Whereas
So
Sony,
why is Sony not up in their software
they
game?
probably can't find the talent?
because
Christ.
Sony.
Because who wants to go to work for Sony if you're a talented software engineer?
Oh my God. That was a great $500 speaker talking to us. Great.
And professional play and includes some notable individual fights. That was from Wikipedia. Do you want me to keep reading?
No, shut up.
Hey Siri, go on silent for an hour.
I didn't find any of
I'm gonna freak out in about 4 minutes about this Siri bot.
Can we just unplug this thing?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's a $500 speaker. It has to be say powered up and give you random facts about shit.
Okay. Sony software sucks.
Sony software. Come on, guys.
Let's move.
Fuck.
Yeah.
The goddamn
So-
trimming of the clips freezes.
The one thing that Michael Pachter talked about though is that Sony and Microsoft might be doing corporate espionage. They might not be.
They
But-
more likely are.
Well, they might. the reason why he thinks that the consoles are always the same is that they both talk to the developers, the third-party developers, right? And those guys tell them what the other person's doing.
It's yes, that is a possibility and is likely happening.
The developers want the boxes to be the same, so they can make one game for both.
Yeah,
and that's the best option for them. That's why the consoles are always pretty much the same, you know. So these consoles for next gen are probably going to be pretty much the same. They both have custom silicon from AMD.
What if Xbox just? It'd be great. They're not going to. But it'd be fantastic if they try to push the Kinect again. Kinect always connected.
Phil Spencer's not going to do that.
That'd be great.
Even Peter Molyneux started making fun of it in its later days.
And he was the big Milo guy.
He was the big... That was a weird...
Oh, Milo. Remember that weird thing?
Man, there's a sad Milo somewhere waiting for their person to come back.
I think he's sitting on a hard drive somewhere.
Fuck yeah, crying.
Oh.
Alone.
What if they made sentient AI?
Scared.
And it's Milo and he's just stuck in this server somewhere.
I don't like that at
With
all.
limited RAM.
It's like the Doctor from Voyager. Like what does he experience when he's not on?
That's right.
It's fucking horrible.
Well, nothing, I guess.
Are you gonna buy this thing? I like the fact that it's a stream bot or stream box. Remember where you can download the games and then stream from your console?
Oh yeah.
I like that.
I don't know if I need an Xbox when I have my PC. That's the thing.
There's a question here. I don't think you need a PlayStation either.
Well, I do.
Do you?
Because I love the PlayStation games. My favorite
they'll
games.
They'll be on PC.
Why?
Streamable.
Did we not argue about this for 2 weeks ago?
No, I'm not. Are they? Won't they be next generation? If X game or X whatever the fuck it is, the Microsoft streaming service is coming out. We assume with Project Scarlet.
Yeah.
You don't think Sony's doing the same thing?
So you think Sony's going to have an app on Windows?
I wouldn't put it past them.
That's exactly what I've been arguing that they're like Apple has to put their services on competing hardware in order for Sony to survive. They will, may not be next year or the year after, but eventually they have to put their services. They have to be services on competing hardware to survive. I firmly believe at some point in the next 5 years, I will be playing a Sony title on a Windows PC.
I agree with you. I'm just shocked Matt's saying this.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I argue that it won't catch on. That's what I argued before. I don't argue it won't.
But you're saying it's going to happen.
Well, okay, if it happens, are you just going to use your PC? Are you done with consoles?
I can't stream though.
What if it's like Game Pass?
Yeah,
so you have the option
it.
If you have the option to stream, let's say, and also option to download it.
See, I don't know.
Finally,
I don't know. I'd have to be put in that position. I also just like having a PlayStation console though.
Why though?
I'm a PlayStation fan.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Where are your coasters? Where are your Tomb Raider PlayStation coasters?
Right here, one's right here.
I don't have my coasters.
Hey, what happened to your coasters?
I don't know.
Neighbor's yard.
That sucked.
I'll just use the PlayStation Classic.
Yeah.
That's what it's good for.
That's really sad.
All right, that's E3 2019.
We did talk about Ubisoft.
We talked about Legion.
What's
Recon.
happening with the Division?
What do you mean?
All right, I guess that's it for that. What else?
Well, they're releasing a bunch of stuff.
Just Dance 2020.
It's being fucking released on the Wii.
Yep.
That's amazing. I love that.
I want to know the actual numbers though.
Oh, that's
Like what's their
fucking-
threshold where it drops below that they'll no longer make it for the Wii? Is it still being played like 100,000 people?
It's probably the next 2 years. I'd say maybe the Switch needs to be updated. Then they.
But
might...
I'm just saying there has to be a number where.
It's not worth it for them anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember what happened with the Division. Returning to New York.
That was my other like I said with Keanu, like my like that was the other part. I'm like, that's exactly what I wanted from the Division. I'm like, I want to be able to get one like a hub service. You have everything in one.
I don't know if you're returning to Manhattan though.
It looked like the same city, but like it was
showed
cinematic.
It showed Manhattan, but you were in one of the boroughs.
Yeah, where are you in the tutorial of the First Division?
Brooklyn.
You're in Brooklyn? What if you go to Brooklyn?
It could be that unfinished map that never.
Yeah.
Could be that. It looks like it's not winter again.
Put
though.
it in Queens and Spider-Man come flying in.
You can't start. That's too much crossover now. That's way too much.
And then the T-1000 comes marching through.
Jesus Christ!
And then Kevin McAllister's running around New York throwing bricks at fucking.
All right, that's it.
Well, that was
That's all she
E3. We'll see you at E3 2020.
Next gen.
Oh, fuck, eh? Oh, what? So one of the things I'm excited for finally is they announced the Spyro Reignited trilogy is coming to the Nintendo Switch,
There you go.
and then they never announced it, but I just looked it up. It's also coming to
PC.
PC.
Oh, they're gonna say the Wii.
Damn time.
The Wii.
Yeah.
All right. Me and Matt stream on Wednesdays, so catch us on Twitch at twitch.tv/DayOnePatchMedia. And you can find us on the YouTube, and you can find us on podcast services everywhere.
Yeah.
Spotify? Are we on Spotify?
Yes.
See you.
Peace.